All right, we are actually back into this now. We are starting to get that draft going. Technical difficulties have been resolved, and we're going to get into the game soon. So we've got 65 seconds. No one has really started any of the picks off yet. We do have a volley there coming from Mr. Moosey on the, and unfortunately that lobby has dropped. We have lost one of the players. Unlucky. So hopefully he will be back soon. I'm just going to get him in there, and we have 111 SSS TTT back. He is unranked, so this is a great time for him to actually be able to go out there and get some experience in just playing a small little tournament. So hopefully we'll be able to get back into that lobby soon. So these are some fairly low elo players. So we've got basically silvers, golds, and we've got actually one Mr. Moosey here, level 18, quite new, and a bronze 5 in Kangabanga. Good on him for getting out there and giving it a shot. I really appreciate that. So hopefully we will be able to get that launched. Let's just get that one started. So we've got silver. I don't know. So we've got silver 4, silver 5, bronze 1, and bronze 5. So if nothing else, we might get to have a bit of a clown fiesta and try and get some kills. So we are going to be going for a standard 3v3 tournament. So we call it an ARAM tournament, but it's not really. This is both blind pick. So we've got these. For the first game of the tournament, we're going to have these two teams going in completely blind. We're not sure what the tournament meta is going to look like. It does always change, and there is usually a couple of dominant picks that, by the end, should be able to figure out what's strong and what is going to give the best results. So we've got Tariq being hovered by Awesome Dude 9X, and we've got a Volley Bear being hovered by Mr. Moosey, both with Flash Snowball, to be expected for these melee bruisers. Yeah. So I'm the Torn, hovering the Cogmore. We've got an Awesome Dude 9X, maybe looking at that Shen. 30 seconds to go. This is really all about just feeling this out. It is a single elimination though, so if they do drop here, they don't get another chance to try that one on. 18 seconds now. Hopefully looking at... I mean, the standard thing we're going to have is two... Sorry? We're doing blind because we don't have 5 people per team.
Oh, they were expecting bad.
Sorry?
Everybody was expecting bad.
Oh, okay, no, it was... No. So it looks like we are going to be remaking that lobby once again for the third time. Let's see if we can get that one set back up again. So we'll go team size 3, tournament draft. Yeah. Tournament draft. There we go. The joys of community esports. Always fun and games when you have to work with the public. Good times though. Hopefully we're nearly there. I mean, part of the, I guess, the interest of of the blind pick is really you pretty much just got to go with what's strong. You really have no idea what the other team is going to be doing, but apparently we are going to be experiencing a slight rule shift on behalf of the players. They are looking to get a tournament draft going. So we are going back to blind pick. Okay, that was actually incorrect information. We are going to be going back to a blind pick state. Apologies for this. R02. So we are going to call this number 2. Let's just get those guys back in there. Try and get things started. I'll give them both invite privileges. Okay, so we have just found out the reason they can't do draft is because one of the players doesn't have enough champions. So that's actually kind of cute that we do have people that new there who are willing to come out and give it a shot. So for the 5th time, hopefully we will be able to get into game shortly. Really looking forward to that. So we do actually have a lobby. Good stuff. This is actually looking pretty good now. We do have to go into the blind, so there's not going to be any opportunity for these guys to try and figure out what the other team is going to be doing. I mean, you have to assume that it would be reasonably standard. The way that they do tend to go in this is actually to have a single tank, some sort of initiator, someone to soak up a lot of damage, while the rest of them, you generally an AD carry and an AP carry who can sit back and deal a lot of mixed damage without really going too ham. So hopefully that both of these teams kind of realize kind of what what they've got themselves into, and can adjust for the expected kind of meta for this event. 22 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully they're still only got hovers in there. So we've got a Callista with a hovered Nami and a Hecarim on the red team. And we still not quite locked on the other side, but we have got a Ziggs, a Nautilus, and a Vayne locked in there. Well, at least one very strong team here. Other team perhaps looking slightly less strong. Don't, based on these drafts, I would have to give it to the red team to begin with. Just on the face value, it does look like it is going to be significantly better when they get in there. So, as per usual, we're going to have a 3-minute delay while we get through to the spectator delay. But in the meantime, rather than actually send you back to the loading screen, I am just going to chat about what these tournaments mean for the average punter. So basically, the way that these things work, if you register online beforehand, you can do that either on the Razer store site or in person at the store. It's very easy, just takes a couple of minutes, and basically this is something that happens every week, 2 weeks, depending on what your game is. League of Legends ARAM tournaments always popular, but Overwatch even more so. Can't really see at the moment, but the store is actually really quite full. People all around. It's a really great time. Then the funny thing about this is because unlike a regular esports tournaments where everyone is watching on on a live feed, because of the way that the spectator clients do work, we can't actually film that. So the people who are actually watching this are watching over the shoulders of the players themselves. It's a really up close and personal way that people can broadcast, can actually experience these games. And let me just see if we can do something incredibly unprofessional and just spin you around for a second. Let's you can actually see there's just people all around that are actually getting this done. So, slightly higher than we were expecting. Part of the fun of something like this is that because it is community run, you pretty much end up with whatever crew that you can get working on it. So for today, that's me. So producer's out, co-caster is out, director is out. So we are looking at a bit of a one-man band scenario here. 49 seconds to go. So let's talk a bit about Ziggs AP carry. I know no one wants to, but here we are. So this is popular for a whole bunch of reasons. ADCs in 2017, lol. Everything sucks, we know. But yeah, I mean, mages, obviously very strong quite early, that poke and the burstiness. So you get 3 items on an marksman, pretty useless. And something like Ziggs can come out, especially with the buffs to him and the itemization changes that really make him quite strong quite early. His ability to destroy towers is actually kind of ridiculous. So our spectate delay is just starting to run out. So we'll have that client launching in a couple of seconds. All right. Let us get that set up for you. Right. Now? Not now. Almost now. Let's just grab a new shot in there. Try and drag that across. All right, we are starting to get almost loaded in now. Starting to get some sound coming through, but nothing yet insofar as the game actually loading. There we go. We've loaded in and onto the Rift. Just try and get that video working for you. There we go. We've got Callisto and our Oathsworn coming through. Just try to get through onto.
Welcome to the Howling Abyss.
Just certainly not my lucky day at the moment.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, there we go. Do actually have that one loaded in now. Yep. All right, so we are actually into the game now. You guys should have some of that video on there. Should be all working a treat, hopefully. So that stream, just confirming that stream is actually working for everyone. Good stuff. So a bit of early poker. Kangabanger is taking a lot of damage early. This Hecarim obviously really not able to do too much until he can charge right into your face and get some of that work done. So this is going to be just a whole bunch of early poke. Ooh, client is disappearing off us for a second. So nothing terribly much happening, just early poke. Some good bubbles out of that Nami from Triple 1, Triple S, Triple T. I can only assume that is supposed to be first. With Kangabanger trying to get up in CS, just getting punished every time he does. Awesome Dude 9X is definitely 9 times the awesome here. Nautilus probably looking to be a much better pick than the Hecarim. Just because in this, you're really not looking to disrupt the whole team. You really just want to make that pick onto one person. CS still sitting quite even. Red team a slight gold advantage, but nothing serious so far. That 100 gold not going to make any difference because obviously with the full Howling Abyss, they're not going to be able to buy until they die. And so this does become a game of sustain. Hook from Nautilus, just going wide, coming on to Mr. Moosey, but just doesn't get it there. And Callisto, without that level 6 on Mr. Moosey, isn't going to be able to use this Hecarim. I mean, Fate's Call into Devastating Charge could be a really potent combination if they do manage to actually get that out. But, you know, we'll see how that happens. Callisto obviously just been slightly buffed recently, still suffers from all the same problems that brought her out of the meta in the first instance. But if you watched the Intel Extreme Masters, you know that it's not necessarily that she's not strong, but the hook comes down from I'm Torn onto Mr. Moosey. Doesn't manage to get anything done, barely any damage taken. Still just a fair bit of poke. So with these 3v3 ARAM tournaments, we do look to actually get... so it's, I guess, slightly different to what you might normally expect on Howling Abyss. Usually what we do over here, another hook goes wide from I'm the Torn. Kangabanger and Mr. Moosey really aware of the range of Nautilus's dredge line. Just not going to get locked up at this point in time. A lot of poke coming out of that Ziggs. I mean, this Ziggs has got to be a priority pick for anyone playing this game in 2017, just because of the amount of damage. It's an interesting choice going for the Nami. I mean, that is going to, I guess, help picks happen a little bit, but it's still, you know, you're not really getting too much of disengage on this. It's a very short map, very short lanes, so there's not a lot that you're going to be able to do. You really got to heavily prioritize poke and the ability to do damage at range without accepting damage yourself. Really just a bit of a farm fest at the moment. Hook is down from I'm Taunt onto triple onto first. We're just going to call him first. They're focusing it down. 150 health, and first blood goes over to Ziggs. Okay, that's a slight gold advantage now. We're going to have a 300 gold in the lead, and Awesome Dude and Dark Pachero move up, start putting some damage down on that first tower, moving to the first objective of the game. And I mean, I think from the get-go, it was all obvious that I'm the Taunt hitting that Nautilus hook was going to be the initiator. It was going to be the trigger that said, hey, you know what, go now. Ziggs is not going to get his satchel charge off and really make anything that even really looks like a pick in there. And so managed to so here's the fun thing with these Howling Abyss tournaments, but Kangabanga, he's got the hook down onto him. I'm a Taunt, does manage to get Taunt off. Oh, just trading a lot of damage here. Honestly, this Ziggs is really just has the potential to carry this game. I honestly don't know how the red team is going to be able to deal with this otherwise. Really just looking to, let's just quickly, let's take a look over at the movements of the red team now. You know, these guys, they're really disadvantaged with their team composition, mostly because they don't kind of have one. There's no, I mean, what's the trigger? What's the trigger for the red team here? I mean, there's a Nami bubble landing. It doesn't actually improve your positioning. It lets you advance, but Hecarim, Kangabanga on this Hecarim is taking so much damage every time he moves up that it's really not feasible for them to actually synchronize on that bubble hitting. So I'm actually just, this is kind of like watching an orca play with a seal. All they've got to do on the blue side here is to actually just dodge that bubble, and the Nami drops the tidal wave ult. But again, see, this is kind of the point. But I'm the Taunt gets the hook down onto Mr. Moosey. They're all going in onto Mr. Moosey. They're dropping, and the Vayne tumbles into the tower and gets that second kill. That is 2 kills to 0 for the blue team. And let's just check what there. Check these brackets out for you. So there's a bunch of different. Let's go challenge. Let's check out those brackets again. So this is Friday the 13th versus Leaves. Everyone hanging right back now. And if you're Leaves at this point, I mean, you've got to be concerned. Because, I mean, this is a single elimination tournament. Over, you know, oh, that Ziggs is going to hurt. He's going to, but the devastating charge is down from Kangabanga. It does actually get hooked straight away. The Nautilus shield is down. It was a valiant attempt, but, I mean, that's all you've got for engage from Friday the 13th, from Leaves, sorry, is all you've got from engage for Leaves is basically tidal wave and devastating charge. That's something that you get to use like every minute and a half. It's honestly not an amazing set of tools, whereas I'm the Taunt can just throw that hook out, make the pick, and as long as the 2 damage dealers manage to get that out to pounce on them, then you're going to do that. Honestly, oh, nice bubble from first. Pierce from Mr. Moosey on that Callista. But, you know, at this stage, that even they have actually managed to win a slight war of attrition from health, but they have sacrificed the tower health for that. So Satchel Charge is going to come out here and detonate that tower. First tower down, and the hook goes down onto First. First is caught again, and Ziggs gets another kill. That is 3-0. Because they can't buy until they actually do manage to die, this gold lead is pretty irrelevant. So we are working entirely on health as a resource and mana as a resource. So it's going to be interesting to see how much was, because every time they get a... Oh, that is a lot of damage. Fate's Call is down, has to pop it into safety. That is a useless Fear Pony as things stand. That Callista ultimate. Hopefully the Nami does manage to get a little bit of sustain in that regard, but it's not going to be enough to sustain through the pain. At some point, Dark Witchera is going to just suicide, because every time these guys have gone back, every time that leaves to back, they do get a little bit more, but there's such a gold deficit now that honestly, actually pulling back for them, like their itemization is not really helping them much. They are out-leveled, with Nami still sitting down. First on that Nami sitting 1 level down from Dark Witchera, but not putting out anywhere near the amount of damage that he will be. And you can see with how safe they're playing, but Hook is down onto First. The Exhaust is down. First is popped. That Mastery 7 Vayne doing Vayne things, but Dark Witchera has taken a lot of damage. Awesome Dude pops the heal. He's got the ultimate down. Kangabanger is losing health, and he's going to go down too. Mr. Moosey dashing around. Oh, double kill for Mr. Moosey on the Callista. They finally managed to put some hurt down. Awesome Dude 9X escaping with a sliver of health. This has got to be an easy kill for Mr. Moosey if he can just get on top of Awesome Dude, but he can't. This is actually the first thing that has gone right for Leaves in this game so far. Unfortunately, it's about to get much, much worse, because the Ziggs now comes back with quite a lot of damage, and oof, that is not a lot of health. Oh, and there goes the Rend. Gets the kill with that sneaky spear pull right afterwards. That Vayne escaping with 51 health. Not enough to outlast the Rend in this instance. How strong has this Ziggs gotten? That is the question that we are all looking at. So let's just... Interesting. Howling Abyss looking snowy as ever. Seems to be able... I'm just going to have to go into the menus for a second. Scoreboard items. Let's... that chat. Not something that... Okay, there's Team Fight Hard. Fog of War, not really important on this one, so let's get that turned off. We're just looking to get the itemization on there, but we are down to 2 turrets down for Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th being able to get this down. Hook from I'm a Torn. I don't feel like that was a particularly great decision. Fear Pony goes in, but it gets condemned away. Nautilus Ult is down on the back line, and like most Hecarim's, he is going in deep and forgetting about the rest of his team. He's doing a lot of damage, but Awesome Dude manages to kite around, and Mr. Moosey is going to go down to Awesome Dude. That leaves a sole Nami fish sitting here bubbling her away. At first, the inhibitor is down. This Nami is not long for this world. Dredgeline goes down, Exhaust goes down, Vayne gets the ace, and you've got to say that with 20-second death timer on that Nami, that's got to be game. Nord is tanking the tower. They don't have the minions yet. The taunt goes down. Kill for the Nami. and he's just going to die. I'm going to actually still call that worth because they do have a lot of gold to... do actually have quite a lot of gold to spend. So... visibility menu. Okay, for reasons quite unknown, we don't get to see the itemization. Not really sure why, but they have managed to push all the way down. Leaves has managed to push all the way down. Oh, actually, we've got these team names the wrong way around. So Friday the 13th is actually on the red side. And oof, that is a... Oh, all right. That is a double kill for the Vayne. That Vayne hurting. This is going to be the game. Get themselves the ace. They get themselves the base. We have a bit of a reference to Worlds 2014? 15. It was 2015. And that is going to be the Nexus gone for Leaves. I'm the Torn, Awesome Dude 9X, and Dark Pacheco managing to get the work done. Good times. That is everything that we want to see and so much more. Let's get back onto Auto Live. And get things back and running again. All right, that was our first game of the night. Nice easy one to get things started. That is Leaves taking that best of 1-0. Pretty much unsurprising, as you would expect from the draft. And without the double elimination or without a best of 3, it does make it significantly harder to kind of figure out what works. And there is quite a temptation to just play this like a regular league game, but with support and ADC and with the mid. But you know, as we saw now, picking a very traditional team comp, not always the solution to your problems there. So we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes, get back into it. So we're going to take a quick 3-minute break while we reset, get the next game set up, and be back for you guys soon. All right, and welcome back to the Razer store in San Francisco. I am your host, as always, Chopsky. Big thanks to everyone who is active in chat, especially of Zerg. Really loving the BM there. And honestly, what would this community be without Salt? I think that's just pretty much League of Legends all over. So we're going to get back into the games shortly. We've got we have two teams again for you that are getting into the lobby and are ready to go whenever they can hit that start button. So looking to get in there. All right. Nope. Let us just go back to main camera there. Looks like they have not managed to launch that lobby yet. Good old community tournaments. You have to love when that happens. So hopefully we should actually get on there. So we have slightly... At least these guys are all in the same actual league club. So we've got Mume on one side, Baconator 3000, Twinkle Thug, Kuzo 101, Aflac Duck, Mr. Thug, and the Caped Baldy. We've got a Silver 3, a Gold 2, and a Bronze 1. Got the holy trifecta of low elo in here. That is going to be a pretty great spectacle. So hopefully these guys are actually going to hit the go button soon. So the actual two teams that we have here today. So we've got SDC and Heme Team. I'm not exactly sure what Heme Team means. With Heme Team on the blue side, Aflac Duck 925, Mr. Thug, and the Caped Baldy. I am physically incapable of saying his name without laughing. It is actually spectacular. So hopefully... There we go. We are going to get into that draft. So let's click into there. We're going to see... So we saw a pretty standard iteration on that formula with a single tank, AP carry and AD carry on one side, the successful side. Support AD carry fighter, not really going so well with Hecarim, devastating charge and tidal wave, not really counting for engaged tools. So we've got... but something slightly different here. Heme Team going to pull out the Malzahar Yasuo Maokai. A lot of single target lockdown there if he can get that last breath off. That is going to hurt. But on the other side, something again slightly less conventional. Not something we've seen before. Thresh Fiddlesticks Tristana. So this is one of the things that I do really enjoy about the RazerZone Open, is that these guys come out of left field and they just, like, some people will call it cheese because best of one, you know, not a lot of chance for iteration if you get it wrong. But you do get all sorts of team compositions with different ways that they're going to fight. Something like the, we do see a lot of Yasuo paired with an Alistar, obviously, to be able to get that knock up and try and get the last breath off. But it is not necessarily as reliable as you might think. And as much as, I guess, the regular standard advice for climbing in general applies, that you want to think about your team composition, obviously, but also think about what's the easiest to execute on. If your actual team fight relies on the perfect stacking of 3 ultimates, and you have a bronze, silver, and a gold player, the chance of you actually getting all 3 of those layered properly is probably pretty slim. And so, if you depend on that to get anything done, you're probably not going to get anything done. So you really need those engaged tools to be on a regular ability for a lot of success there. Malzahar, sort of single target. So let's go through this. We have a Snowball Flash Malzahar, an Exhaust Flash Yasuo, and a Heal Flash Maokai versus Flash Snowball Thresh, a Flash Ignite Fiddlesticks, and a Flash Heal Tristana. So one heal on both teams, a Combat Summoner, and a Displacement there with everyone taking Flash. I mean, you have to assume that so this is where this starts to get difficult to analyze this, because how does this fight go down? So from the blue team, someone is going to pull the trigger on that. That's probably going to be a Yasuo Tornado hitting. From there, then perhaps someone dodges it. Mal's manages to get his ultimate down. Maybe there's a Maokai Twisted Advance that comes forward from there. But there's no defined plan there. There's no way that it's implied that fight goes down. It just kind of happens, and it just kind of breaks out. And whichever one manages to actually get that out is going to be able to be successful. So that's going to rest entirely on the mechanics of the individuals involved, and whether or not they can poke down enough with Malzahar and his Space Aids and Maokai Saplings to try and really chunk them down. Whereas, Fiddlesticks, he's got his fear, he's got his little bouncing bird thing. Tristana's got some pretty good range, he's got some escape, some self-peel. So if the red team does get that team fight off that they want, what does that look like? Well, I mean, it looks like a Fiddlesticks ultimate that managed to just blink out into the middle there and just ruin everyone's day. Fair enough. Everyone's day is ruined by Fiddlesticks anyway. He is not a good champion and should be deleted from League of Legends immediately. Or, obviously, Thresh Hook into his full combo. The Death Sentence into Flay into the box. That's... if Fiddlesticks ultimate even onto the Thresh Lantern. Another great engage. So, red team there was SDC, really with kind of a lot of options as to how their team fight goes down. A lot of sensible options. So they're just going to be loading in to this game shortly. There we go. Game starts to load in. And I'll just push this back slightly. Hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit more success out of this one. All right, everyone is loaded in. We are onto the Rift. Once again, we do have... Let's just bring up those brackets for a second while everyone gets their stuff set up. We have SDC on the red side versus Heme Team on the blue. The opposite of what you would normally expect. Start seeing everyone... Ooh, a bit of that Dark Star Thresh. That nice, expensive skin.
Welcome to the Howling Abyss.
In there. I'm just going to quickly change this. Let's make that 1400. All right, a little bit of extra detail there for you guys. Let's get the scoreboard up there and the time controls off. All right.
There is only death. Mine or yours. Do not prolong the inevitable.
Just a little bit of poke. Nothing coming down so far. 0 damage. The Maokai Saplings chasing around this Dark Star Thresh. Baconator taking a lot of poke and oofed. The Space Aids getting work done on Kuzo already. Tower Shot quickly taking out that Voidling. Managed. Oh god, this is... Okay. So, first bit of damage down on the tower at 137. By comparison to the previous game, we didn't get tower damage until around 4 minutes. So this is actually looking to be a lot more interesting already. I'm really keen to see if SDC can get something done with superior team composition. The Death Sentence comes out, but just doesn't quite hit. Ooh. We're going to be interesting to see. So SDC have clearly, they've got opportunities. They've got kill pressure pre-level 6. That's the difference here, is that Death Sentence can really pull the trigger. We've got another 3 levels to kind of get some work done there. Obviously, with the Spell Shield on that on the Malzahar, not going to be able to get to land that on him. So the priority target here is going to be that Yasuo or that Maokai. Yasuo obviously being a fair bit more mobile, but as long as Twisted Advance is up, Cape Baldy will be able to just pull himself away, become untargetable briefly, and GTFO. Wow, it's taking a fair... That tower is down to half health already. Only 2 minutes 45 in. Another Death Sentence going wide. Him really showing a lot of respect to the range of this Thresh. That's a couple of tornadoes going out. I mean, this has really been the name of the game, is basically dodge the Space Aids, dodge the tornadoes. Niles taking the tower shot. The first Death Sentence is down. The Flare goes out. Space Aids goes back down on Baconator immediately. And it's still not a great trade, but wow. that Maokai took a lot of damage. Kate Baldy really having to use his health as a resource. His auto attacks are going to slowly heal him with his passive. Every fifth hit, managing to get some of that health back. But still definitely things looking strong for SDC, sorry, for Heat on your blue side. That tower below half health. I mean, the sieging potential of this blue team of Heen honestly just looks really good at the moment. They're really, Twinkle Thug is going to have to make much better use of his flying bird scary thing. That's ability name I do not remember currently. I mean, that is a really low health Tristana. No ignite on the side of Heem, but for me, ooh, 200, less than 100 HP left for Kuzo, but A-Flak Dagger gets, flashes down, but there's a bomb on him. This is going to be very close. Oh, picks up the health pack. That is not a lot of health. Both these teams really just making on, but the distance is down. Yasuo just dashing away. Mr. Thug on the Mastery 6 Yasuo, poking around with his Project Yasuo skin. That is two of the things that insist in solo queue that people do not do. It's generally, I don't know, it's good to see that he does have the Mastery 6, because honestly Mastery 5 just says, I played this a lot. It doesn't say, I played it well. Hopefully, so close to level 6. When this box comes out from the Baconator, the Baconator is level 6 now. We have level 6 all across the board. They are going to be just waiting for that opportunity to pull the trigger. SDC really having the health advantage here. They're all pinging wildly, but it's not going to take. It's going to take one skill shot to set this off, and I'm tense. I'm just tense now. Death Sentence, no chance to hit. Tries to get them going for the health pack, but Mr. Thug is just sitting there sarcastically, kind of BMing, bouncing things. But this has got to be. I mean, if you're him right now, if you're SDC right now, you've got to be nervous because Fiddlesticks channels for a bit, cops some space aids in the face. He's not really able to heal up, and it does more harm than good. Health just slowly. This tower is down to basically nothing. It's going to go down any second now. Flashes away, cops an exploding. Ooh. That tower has got a sliver of health. I would not be wanting to try and use that for any safety. Oh, Kuzo is down to less 120 HP. Ooh. He cannot survive this much longer. He's going to have to pop that ultimate. Honestly, I think he probably just needs to suicide and ult someone back into the tower just to make use of his death at this point, because someone gets even one ability off on him. He's toast. The health pack is back up. It's 350 health, but Baconator has taken a lot of damage now as well. There doesn't appear to be a lot of tools for SDC to get anything done. This tower's going to go down, and the first one is down. Malzolt is down. Tristana, Kuzo hops away. Twisted Advance is down. First blood goes over to Kate Baldy on that Maokai. Twinkle Thug and Kuzo pops the heal. Absolutely clutch. Really just hung onto that one a long way. Incredibly patient. And it's only for that it was not even more. But honestly, this second tower can't be long for this world. If you're Kuzo, you're now completely zoned. There's, and the AIDS instead sticking down. 100 health, 50. Oh, he survives with 25 health. That is brutal. He can't even back this. I mean, this is going to be Tower 2 going down. Kate Baldy just kind of laughs off that. He's just taking this tower. And he goes back and gets the execute. Kuzo is finally down. A-Flak Duck getting hurt. Mr. Thug suicides as well. Twinkle Thug. They get the clean wipe, but at what cost? It has cost them one whole tower's health and 90%. Surely this has got to go down. They can't clear this wave in time, can they? They are actually going to be able to. Twinkle Thug and on his Fiddlesticks and Baconator's play, managing to kind of take that health away. So this, again, this is something that is one of the more interesting parts of a tournament like this, is the fact that you have to die in order to spend your money. So making one of the things that's surprisingly more complex to actually do. One of the things is figuring out when you're going to die, because death is a necessary part of this game. And oh, the health bars are so low. I actually just, oh, the Twisted Advance actually getting the kill there. Kate Baldy just going straight for the tower. This is going to be a 2v1 and pops the ultimate, but Baconator is out of mana. There's really not a lot that he can do there, and even if he wasn't, I mean, he's a Thresh against a Malzahar and a Twisted Advance. Oofed. Ow, ow, ow. I mean, this has got to be close to game, short of a miraculous wipe here. And I mean, this is something that we were talking about during the draft. Hookers down onto Kate Baldy, goes in there, but ults down onto Baconator. That is a lot of space aids. There's another heal out, but it's not going to be enough. These health bars on the side of SDC are absolutely blinking. You've got to imagine that. Oh, the flash from Mr. Thug just dashing through there. They're just ignoring this tower damage. That's got to be an ace. Oh, the pure damage. The pure damage out of the fountain there. The fountain? Shop? I don't know what it's called in Howling Abyss. But that's the cost of that wipe. Totally worth it. Even though the death divers are absolutely minuscule, Afroduck gets the execute, managed to get very luck there, give himself up that death without giving up any gold. Gets a chance to reset, spend his money, and look on from there. Fiddlesticks has, Twinkle Thugger 123 has got his Zonyas done now. And we do, has this Tristana, Kuzo's managing to get some work done. I mean, he's got his Infinity Edge. It looks like he's trying to build some sort of Lord Dominic's Regards type Last Whisper item. But he really just can't compete with Double Rod of Ages, Static Shiv. There's just way too much damage coming out from... Oh, Fiddlesticks has got the old channels. And wow, all right, Mr. Thug actually just gets popped, but Kate Baldy is just straight into the middle there. He's trying to 1v3. It's not really working. The damage reduction from his ult is getting some work done, but not nearly enough. Ooh, Space Aids comes back in and pops. Oh, you just can't argue with the Malzahar with a Haunting Eyes and a Stacking Rod of Ages. I mean, that's got to be game. I don't see any way that they can come back from this unless short of some sort of absolute miracle play. I mean, we have to assume that that is going to be game for him. Twinkle Thug is thinking about what he can do with the last remaining shred of their tower's health. They're really starting to have to use these tower health as a resource to pick their moments. The death sentence is down onto Kate Baldy, but it's not going to mean enough because Malzahar is a champion that he's got the ult down on a Twinkle Thug. Everyone is on top of him and he is down. Kate Baldy gets the kill. Yasuo diving deep. Baconator, oh, just managed to escape with a sliver of health. They're just going to keep him zoned off now. That is the last of the towers. Surely they can't survive this. One of the great tactics of these ARAM tournaments, or these Howling Abyss tournaments, is to get your opponents to low health, but to not kill them. Oh, Mr. Thug gets the execute. They're just throwing these abilities down. The Nexus goes down, and we have ourselves a winner. Well played, gentlemen. GG. Very enjoyable. Whew. Good times. Well, looking at that now, we're going to see what this bracket looks like. We have a win for Heme Team and a win for Leaves. So heading into the semi-finals of our Friday night tournament, we're going to be seeing the Autismos. Okay, we have a team called Autismos playing a team called Leaves. So unfortunately, we do not get lucky enough to see Autism leave League of Legends. So, and on the lower half of the bracket, My Laptop versus Heme Team. Not really sure what either of these naming conventions are, but it can't possibly be any worse than FlyQuest. Investment really making competitive League of Legends a very weird place for just business. I honestly really can't handle everything that is happening in competitive League at the moment. So let's try to take a quick review of that game. Let's try and get into the next custom, get these lobbies set up. This is going to be RZO Game 3 with, once again, the 3v3 at the flagship Razer store here in San Francisco in basically kind of on 5th Street. If you haven't been to it, definitely well worth checking out.
Which people are in the Trinity Crush?
Yep. And I'm Awesome Dude?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we've got that lobby going now with the captains of both teams, Awesome Dude 9X and Trinity Crush. And on the surface of things, these higher elo teams, you have to assume that they are going to be able to take it. So on one side, so we do have Autismo now with Trinity Crush, Enit, and Coyote Springs. Trinity Crush and Enit both in high plat. Coyote Springs Diamond 5 versus. Ooh, that's rough. So plat 2, plat 1, Diamond 5 versus Silver 4, Silver 5, Silver 4, and Bronze 1. I mean, you have to assume that that is not going to look terribly great for our Leaves heroes. But good on them for coming out and giving it a shot. You've really got to appreciate that these guys will actually come and do that now. So, you know, the irony here is that Diamond 5 players probably have a worse reputation than high plat, because at least the high plat guys are up there and kind of, you know, they're bouncing around. If they lose games, they're going to continue to drop more. But once you hit that ceiling of Diamond 5, like, there's people are bouncing off that floor just for quite some time. So that is... okay, we've actually just got to quickly remake that lobby because I have forgotten how to do things. It's RZO 3. Team size 3. Trinity Crush, Awesome Dude. Alrighty. So, just get that lobby created again. Awesome Dude being handed his invite privileges. So for anyone who is looking to run their own custom tournaments, there is a bunch of stuff that you need to know. Most importantly being that you cannot be the owner of a custom lobby while you are set as a spectator. So if you do have invites to send out, you do need to get them done while you are still on one particular side, and then you can click over to spectate. Everyone, for some reason, joining the one team. And look, to be fair, I'd want to be on Autism's side as well, because I mean, we haven't seen the draft, and it is possible to outdraft yourself in this situation, but you have to assume that these, I'm going to say, like medium to high elo guys are going to have a better understanding of how to deal with an unknown situation than perhaps, you know, the rest of our friends. But once again, like, hats off to them. You've really got to appreciate that they're willing to get out and give it a shot. So it's just quickly, we don't seem to... Let's get some music happening while we wait for these guys. Alright, so we do have our lobby getting started, and okay, that's enough music for now. Oh, that is a very good team composition. Autism coming straight out of the gates. They've only locked in the Rise so far, but I mean, you really can't argue with that curtain call for Howling Abyss. Going to see probably some very interesting uses of the Rise Ultimate as well, and hopefully I'm going to hope that's a Tank Karma, because Tank Karma is disgusting and a disgusting amount of fun. And so, all right, so if you are Leaves in this stage, you're 3 really low elo guys who are out here trying to get some work done, trying to have some fun. What do you think that the high elo guys are going to pick? And you can see any day of the week. I'm going to say a silver may be able to outplay a plat or a diamond, but it's about the thought process, and this takes a lot of. We lost someone. We lost Ennett. I'm going to hit them with that question mark in all chat. Never underestimate the power of the question mark in all chat. All right, let's get back to main camera there. And yes, for the person in chat who was wondering before, I did get that from the Transition Store, otherwise known as the Razer community site. There's a whole bunch of videos up there, 3D renders of various things that you can use for your own esports related things. They're all, I guess, reasonably public domain insofar as you can do that without actually giving up the copyright and trademarks on those things. So it is a Friday night here in San Francisco at the Razer store. You can come down and visit us on the corner of 5th and Market Street. Can't really see much that's going on at the moment, but these guys are actually all sitting around. And like I said before, people who are actually watching this, there's probably around 30, 40 people in the store. People who are actually watching this are literally watching over the shoulders of the guys playing. The people who don't want to do that are then free to look up at the big store beside us. Hey, that's me. It's my shirt. It's a little bit of Nautilus OPL action. So let's just see if Ennett has managed to get back in. All right. So we are going to just quickly remake that lobby. So it turns out let's go. Howling Abyss, team size of 3, game type, tournament draft. So Trinity Crush and Awesome Dude get to jump in there. I was going to say, it is actually a really nice change to be able to participate in something like this, because it's so much more relaxed. It feels more like social basketball or high school football maybe, because that hurts. But maybe like game of soccer with your friends. Let's just give Awesome Dude some invite privileges without the pressures of case in point, we've got some people coming into the store just now, ushering to me through the glass whether or not it's actually okay to come in. And it certainly is. Hello, guys. Welcome to the store. All right, so we've got 2 of our... So Trinity Crush has invites. There we go. Awesome Dude has invites. Is that a dog? All right, we have dogs. Apparently there are dogs now. That's cool. Whew. Oh, that's frosty. That. Whew. I'm not okay with that. That's really cold. It is winter. Whoa. It's winter in this country. All right. We are actually into the lobby now. So, just quick update on the rules. It is actually tournament draft. So that first team that was just not able to match the qualifications because of their limited champion pool. And look, level 18, no one's asking you to spend money in this game. That's fine. So let's see what we've actually got going. So we've got Zach and Zig's band. Don't know what the Zach band is about, but Zig's, smart band. In 2017, given the uselessness of ADCs, his poke, his long range, his ability to execute towers, the 12-second reset on the AP, sort of ridiculous AP scaling on his auto attack, absolutely disgusting. Having Ooh, a very clever ban. Karma coming out there would actually provide quite a lot of utility for these more agile players. Vayne ban coming out from the side of autism. Yeah, clever. That's good. So, I mean, so that we know that the blue team is going to get that first pick there. So, just trying to take those power picks off the board. You know, it's a smart move. So we are awaiting the third and final low elo ban, and it is Syndra. Actually, really good ban. Can't argue with it. Well played. All right, that's some not bronze bans. Actually, although Zach, I guess that passive is probably worthwhile. Although, I mean, given the frequency of wanting to die in this game, in this particular tournament mode, there's really not. I don't know. There's not death passives. Probably not that useful now, except for maybe a tower dive. I don't know. That is slightly. But first pick with Awesome Dude 9X locking in that heal flash Yasuo, Trinity Crush, and it. I guess as expected, going for that Jin and Rise. I'm gonna call Rise probably quite a bit more of a higher skill cap to hit his combos. Both really good, useful power picks. Malphite, yeah. I mean, this is what I was talking about before with the lower elo teams. Really, they're going for this idea of they're trying to draft it like they would a team fight for Summoner's Rift. But the reality of it is that if your actual fight condition depends entirely on everyone stacking their ultimates correctly and your bronze and silver, chances are you're actually not going to do that. You're just going to screw it up. So, good move in theory, but whether or not that actually works out in practice, yet to be seen. So, I mean, we've got a brand there as well. It's quite a lot of good damage, and the damage ratios are pretty good. Brand obviously hurts. No Zyra in here. But honestly, on the weight of it alone, again, the Alistar, Rise, Jin combo, just on paper, looks so much better. They may not be able to have those, those wombos of everyone stacking their ultimates, but they're so much more useful just in the general scope of the abilities. And that's what's the thing that is the hidden power of these Howling Abyss tournaments, is that you have to have your power on your abilities. You cannot just leave it for your ultimate. It's just not going to work for you that well. So 15 seconds left to trade. Looks like they're all happy. Yeah, that's all looking fairly good. So 2, 1, yep, they're all locked in. So we have a double exhaust on the side of Leaves. Interesting. Not perhaps what I would have gone for. The Alistar Snowball looking very clever. Flash, Ghost, Rise. He's going to want that chase down. And a bit of barrier. Again, unexpected in Summoner's Rift, but the knowledge from Summoner's Rift doesn't necessarily translate straight into Howling Abyss. So we're going to just get into a quick break for me to get a drink while these guys load in. And we will be back for the load in. All right, and with a couple of seconds to go, we are going to get loaded into our game. So let us get into that loading screen when that manages to get itself worked out, and we'll be able to get that loaded in shortly. So, where to begin with predictions for this game? I mean, you have to assume that the high elo team is going to get it. They've got the superior team composition, they have got the superior skills, they've got the superior game knowledge, but let's see whether that actually works out for them in practice. They're sitting there on the red tide. Autism just buying up there. Let's get the time controls, get the itemization up. Awesome dude, hiding in a bush. Dark Pacheco not moving. I'm on, just kind of chilling, I guess. Doing things. Fair enough, you do you, boo-boo. So, just a reminder, we are into the semi-finals. Game 1 of the semi-finals with, pardon me, Autism versus Leaves. A little bit of level 1 cheese perhaps going on here. Not... Oh, this is a great level 1. I mean, you have got to hand it to Autism for the level 1. That is a very strong level 1 all in. This cheese is going to be deep fried. I mean, if you're Bronzy McGee, you've got to probably expect this, but they're definitely... Oh, Rise managed to hit it, but Brand's starting to get some of that damage down on there. Honestly, this just pushing already. The minions just definitely pushing power. Oh, on the side of Autism here. I'm aware that that's not their name, but it's just easier. Trinity Crush hanging on to that last crit bullet despite its reduced damage. And you know what these Leaves guys? Just taking a step back, waiting for things to happen. The Alistar combo, oh, manages to... Oh, there it goes. Oofed. The snowball into the headbutt, the pulverized headbutt. That's the great thing about this map, is that snowball is a summoner spell that exists. Oofed. That was so... Obviously, you know, with an Alistar, you're looking at that power normally resting on your flash, but when you have a snowball, you can thunk, thunk, and just punch them back there. That Brand's just going down straight away, and you're just going to give him a little bit of power spike when he gets back here, but these guys are going to have an experience advantage. I mean, so usually a 1 level advantage would be worth about 700 gold in combat stats, but you know, in Howling Abyss, those numbers change. I'm not actually sure what they are. I'm feeling bad / nervous for these guys now, because by the time you get to like high plat, you generally, like, people know how to play. They may not fully understand macro movements, they may not understand pressure and tempo, but they understand how to use their champions. And so far we've seen, oh god, so far we've seen a greater understanding of that come out and result in first blood already. I mean, nothing has changed in that expectation that these guys are going to have this game. Of course, like, Leaves really no strong amount of power until they hit level 6, which, because they've been so far zoned off their actual minions, they're actually missing some of this experience. So Autism actually managing to level up before them. This is looking pretty grim. So, I mean, this is going to... There is a huge potential to layer these ultimates out from Awesome Dude, Dark Pacheco, and I'm the Taunt. That's going to do a lot of damage. But on the other hand, like, Malphite is like a longer range Alistar. That may have been the first bit of damage down onto Autism this entire time. Curtis Frings just sitting back on this Alistar, and all of those Jin traps sitting there in the bush. They really, really making smart use of those defensive abilities. If they try and dodge into there, they are going to find themselves in a world of hurt. So it looks like we can have about 5 of them out at any given time. He is starting to run low on mana, but oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, Curtain Call is down. Dark Pacheco tanking it, but still a bunch of shots getting through there. Health advantage definitely strongly already on the side of Autism. They're just, they're not even budgeting it. It's just that they're physically not taking damage. They're with a ranged poke out of the Jhin, and just it's about the way that they're managing their distances. And if you, oh, the BM from Ennet on this Rise. I'm not entirely sure if that's cool, but I'm dreading / hoping for the moment when these guys try and get into the bush. If they ever do manage to push the wave up that far, it's honestly looking likely that they might not. But they are all level 6 now, so we imagine that they're looking for that opportunity to pull the trigger on that. And it's going to be, all right, there's pings coming out. They're just going to be when these waves crash in the middle. Autism have to know that that's the plan, right? Like, they know that the plan is for Malphite to hit R, and then for Yasuo to hit R, and then for Brand to hit R, and then, like, R. I don't know. So they're just playing back. They're not grouping, because the last thing that you want is to have Malphite get onto everyone. Because if he does that, then, oh, Trinity Crash comes in. The ult is down. Last Breath is down, but the Rise smashing his combos. It's 3v2. The health is starting to cut out, but Awesome Dude is down. Dark Pacheco. Oh, there we go. And that's going to be the clean ace. They are going to push this through and probably get some more good damage down on this tower. Not going to be able to take it on this wave, but Anuit going up to Suicide quickly so he can go back and buy. Good time. The value of being able to execute in this game mode is very valuable. Oh, and we have a pause coming out. Looks like one of our players has disconnected. He is going to reconnect shortly. So, all right. Okay, Awesome Dude 9X has reconnected it. They're just going to get that back in quickly. Awesome, good times. You've got to feel bad for these Bronzies. Like, hats off to them. I mean, I want to give them some prizes or something, because, like, it's rough. Like, you've got to know going into this that things are probably not going to go well. I mean, Trinity Crash, when you go back, he's going to get some of those health and mana packs. Shrines, no. Who knows? Those things. Smashing out his combo, getting his little crits out, fully utilizing all of his kit. Oh, they're going to step in the... Oh, he's going to step in the... Oh, just times out before it can be stepped in. So, managing to actually push up. Leaves... Oh, Curtain Call is down. It's not really going to do anything because Wind Wall is an ability that exists. But also they're at full health. Curtain Call only really working on missing health for that execute damage. So, not particularly useful. Oh, even their tank taking a whole lot of damage off into the background. Does manage to get the kill off onto Trinity Crush, but misses the tornado onto Coyote Springs. That would have been able to start chaining. So that is 1 death each. But, oh, Rise managing to get some work done. Awesome Dude flashes back, but the Brand ultimate is down, and there goes Coyote Springs. He has popped. But the health advantage is strongly on the side of this Rise, and it has still got Shrines left. Ghost is down. Manages to take out I'm the Tom. Awesome Dude on the wrong side of it. Gets the Shrine, but it's not going to be enough. Slices back through. Oh, he misses. Misses his Q, and he's... How is he still alive? Like, that's impressive. Oh, gets the ult off. The out... that's... Look. That was good. I'm thoroughly impressed with this Silver Yasuo. That was Knockout was very nearly outplayed. Actually, no, I'm going to say it was outplayed, but Emmett just had better itemization. He was just at a stronger point. Dark Pacheco makes a terrible mistake and pays for it with his life. Trinity Crush taking him down. That pop. I would not want to play into this team comp, let alone play into this team comp with far superior players. And there goes the first tower, 13.6k to 15.9k. These guys just hanging back, waiting for their shrines. They're going to collect themselves, get their health back, try and get back into the swing of things. Just waiting for those minions to crash. Autism, very smartly, hanging back, playing with a lot of control, a lot of patience. You know, honestly, the hopes of this team really... Malphite is useless. These tanks are only tanks when they can absorb damage from you without dying, and this Malphite really just does not have the itemization to deal with it. Curtain Call is down. Wind Wall also down. Fortunately, Curtain Call lasts longer, but it's still not going to do anything, so... Trinity Crush just kind of using these Curtain Calls for no reason. Yes. Let's take a look at the itemization. So once again, we have a double rower. Jin having already finished his Trinity Force, his Infinity Edge with a Serrated Dirk. That is a 5-1-2 Jin, a 1-1-7 Rise, and a 2-2-5 Alistar versus a 2-2-0 Yasuo and a 0-3 Malphite, 0-3 Brand. It's honestly not looking good for our heroes. Brand ultimate is down. The ultimates are stacking, but holy crap! Awesome dude, 9x manages to get the stacking down, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. They may have stuffed it up the first 2 times they tried it, but that magical 3rd time, our bronze and silver team manages to come away from it. They don't have the minion waves pushed up, but Imnaton is going to execute, get that valuable execute so he can go back and buy safely. Like I said earlier, any day of the week, a silver is probably going to be able to outplay a plat. But it's decision-making that really separates these ELOs. And decision-making and game knowledge. And yeah, they were just in the right place at the right time. Honestly, and look good to see some non-BM in there. The Yasuo is passive on that shield, really saving him from a lot of damage there. Asagi! Curtain Call actually being popped with some resolve this time. Now that there's some health missing, the execute goes down on that 4th and final crit shot, just shredding through that Malphite. His armor's passive, his armor passive really just doing nothing for that. Headbutt Pulverize, popping with the Rise on top of it. That's got to be a strong push through. This tower is going down. Well played, Autismo. That is 5 kills to 10. Up now, a 3k gold lead. This is going to be the inhib down, the flash combo. Oh, Ennett, you brutal man or woman. I'm not actually sure. Non-gender specific individual. That is a... Oh, I see. Okay, that is a last whisper serrated Dirk. Flat armor pen Jin. Makes sense. Makes sense as to how he is shredding through this Malphite. The combination of crit and flat armor pen, quite good there. Getting those deadly flourish is the W. I have this theory that Jin's abilities are named wrong, and they were just like got mixed up at some point, because captive audience doesn't captivate you. Oh, this Brand is he's not gonna be long for this world. The combos are down, the Malphite, last breath, but they just don't have the health to do that. Coyote Springs is in there, Rise getting some work done. He is gonna pop the rest of that team. Alistar's passive going off, but he just survives that Brand. Brand obviously going to do a lot of damage if he does manage to get his combo off, which he did. Rune Prison getting a little bit of work done. Yasuo not having enough time to use his abilities, but this Alistar is going to just playing with his life. This passive shield from Courage of the Colossus. Oh, but he does manage to finally get that kill. All that's really doing though now is giving them the opportunity to go back and buy. Torn really needs to either heal up or execute as quickly as he can. So Courage of the Colossus is broken. Hilariously broken. I'm surprised that this wasn't addressed in patch 7.1, but here we are. Pardon me. A lot of shrines coming off there. Trinity Crush taking that defensively to prevent the our bronze team from doing it. But as I was saying, Captive Audience is the Flower Bomb, and Deadly Flourish is the W, where the flowers flourish and Captive. Oh, there we go. This has got blind shots there, but Malphite managing to get in front of it. That last shot getting some damage done. Misses the headbutt pulverize, but does get the flashes, unless that was part of his plan. Just outside the range of the Deadly Flourish. Nearly said Captive Audience. But yeah, that's my silly Jib theory. Flashes in for the kill. Coyote Springs with the combo down there. Malphite just not able to do anything. Unbreakable will Malphite ultimate coming out there. That has got to be game. Very much expected fashion, but that was a 15-minute game. We really have to have to give these guys a lot of credit for managing to hold on that long, because that is a disgusting amount of time for a bronze team to last against like diamond and plat guys. Like that's actually pretty good and quite impressive. So, well done. Like, clap for those guys. It's impressive. Alrighty. Whew. That was exciting. And here's some... Sounds like some kind of alarm is going off somewhere, but that is not my problem right now. Alright, so just to give a quick look at the brackets, what we're actually looking at. It's a nice little transition. So that was the win in the best of 1 to Autismos. And I have to agree with the name. Autismo definitely describing Diamond 5 quite well. So that puts Autismos into our final. Next, our last semi-final, the second seed, My Laptop, versus 6th seed Heme Team. Again, this is based entirely off average MMR, the average ELO. So we do have to expect that based on nothing else but their current ranks, that My Laptop will actually take this one out. But there is no accounting for draft. So let us get our custom game set up. We can just have a think about why Diamond 5 is the worst ELO to be stuck in, and we'll get into this draft. So, I mean, this is a great time to start thinking about how this draft works, like why, and most importantly why it works. Because what a lot of people don't think about how a bunch of knowledge that they take for granted actually exists in these games. So, take for example the 10-ban system. So, it's been announced, this has been leaked for a long time. It's been leaked for a long time that that Riot is going to be moving to a 10-ban system for the LCS this season, and indeed for professional League of Legends. So, and the first thing that you think is like, oh yeah, that will be fine, right? Like, it's just 10 extra bans. So they do actually happen mid-roll, though. So you do have the standard ban format in the start. Ban, pick ban, pick ban, 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 ban. But bang, bang. I get it. And it's not until you start doing it, having those mid-roll bans, and mid-roll second set of picks that you realize that you actually can kind of ghost your draft strategy. So there's a lot of stuff that you can try to get done. Let's just that one. So there's a lot of things that you can try to get done. And these guys are getting into the lobby. So blue side band, just to recap, we are sitting in our semi-final bracket. This is our final semi-final between My Laptop and Heme Team. My Laptop being Trey, Neapolitan, and Jade Archer. I did not actually catch what their MMRs were in what ranks they were in the previous screen, but I mean, we have to assume that it is higher than the bronze, silver, gold of Heme Team. And again, like, hats off to them for coming out, giving it a shot anyway. Let's just get that audio muted. So bands out so far: Malphite, Ziggs, and Yasuo. Interesting that the higher ranked team is actually producing what I'm going to say are the most bronze bands. Ziggs, great band. Vel'Koz, awesome band. Like Howling Abyss, you want poke. You need ranged magic damage. So, yep. Malzahar also having, it's kind of an advantage of coming in around sort of game 4, is that you get to observe what the other teams have seen working and what doesn't work. So, it just... It's cookies. Someone has cookies. So, I mean, you think that you can theory craft all this stuff, but it's until you see it played out over and over that you do really start to get a feel for, just to make it second nature. You don't realize how much of drafting and banning is actually second nature. So the final ban out from Alistar, Heme Team really watching that other bronze team just get hammered. Absolutely hammered by that Alistar. Snowball Alistar, just super powerful for what teams are trying to get done there. Blue team, My Laptop, locking in the Lux, an Exhaust Lux. First pick, always good. Bit of lockdown, bit of magic damage, and that Blinding Spark. That final spark for the ultimate. I mean, I wonder if Trey has become a Lux main since Elementalist Lux came out. It seems that everyone is these days. Alright, some semi-silver picks. We've got a Flak Duck bringing out the brand, a Cleanse brand. Interesting. Makes sense, with especially when you consider the Varus on the other end of this. So we have a Lux Karma Varus heading into a brand a brand Angry Tree Jin. Honestly, these are good comps. I mean, I'm actually surprised that Jin doesn't come out till the 6th pick there. Like, that's got to be considered a priority pick. Especially considering how long people hang on to these, like, blinking health bars in this game mode. Yeah. While I think there is definitely a stronger team fighting strategy from My Laptop, I feel like I don't feel like anyone really won this draft. They've both gone for both of these teams have work that they can get done, and obviously, like, stacking up the Varus ultimate and the Lux ultimate is gonna feel good. But honestly, this is pretty good. I've got to, on the strength of the seeding alone. I mean, you obviously have to think My Laptop could probably take it, but this game could actually go either way. Like, no team has lost this in draft. So we're going to get into a quick 3-minute break while that loads in, and we will see you back here shortly. Alright, so I've just been informed that my microphone was muted that entire time. How unlucky for me. You didn't get to hear any of my shouting about how important weaving in auto attacks were for getting that kill for the Karma and setting off that chain of events that led to a complete wipe and a 3-0 scoreline. 800 gold the difference, and just health being burnt left, right, and center. There's so much damage coming out of Jade Archer's Varus. And I mean, with a name like Jade Archer, you have to expect that that is the Varus one trick. And honestly, oh, the absolute max range Q just executing that cleanse brand. I'm not laughing. Gonna say, someone probably, I'm just gonna say that he'll probably be a better choice there. So, 3v2, just for a little bit. Brand is back in lane. Affleck Duck. Honestly, they're just not getting as much of an opportunity to get the damage down. Heem team, they've got a bunch of good... Oh, but the team isn't moving, and these... Oh, Varus ultimate is down. Brand's ultimate is down. Trying to get some work. Oh, and the passive gets procced. I think a lot of people don't really play Varus particularly well in terms of utilizing his passive. His stacks of blight that add up and get put onto anything that get... Ooh, Afflector manages to actually dodge the ability there. So yes, auto attacks. Twisted Advance goes out onto Neapolitan, taking a lot of damage, but the shields are down there, and he gets away with a slight bit of health. Curtain Call is open, but 2 shots, 3 shots. The 4th shot manages to hit just as the... Oh my god, is the... No, it's not going to. Oh, Cape Bally does actually manage to get Neapolitan down with that sneaky sapling. Well played, boys. My laptop. Oh, the flash Q. Oh, unlucky. Oh, this is ouch. No, we're good. Lux Shield actually managing to get quite a lot done. Max range, pew, just misses. Jade Archer. So as I was saying, stacks of blight applying with auto attacks or with the ultimate that are then detonated by his abilities. So he'll go in, get a bunch of blight stacks down, sit back, and then proc them with his Q for maximum pop. This is why AP Varus hurts so much, because detonating those stacks of blight has a ridiculous scaling ratio. I don't remember what it is, but it hurts. And the really frustrating thing about it is that it can come from out of vision. That Q's... Oh, the double and the ultimates are down. Jade Archer gets the kill on that somehow. And, oh, that's a double kill. Oofed. Unlucky. I gotta say, these Lux ultimates from Trey, on point. Just smashing that out, and most importantly, layering them so as to get maximum effectiveness from their from her passive, illumination, marks of illumination. Oh no, not Mantrid Q. It's fine. Health advantage for Heme Team, probably the first time in a while, but it is 8 kills to 2, 1.5k gold lead. Brand really too slow on that combo. You are not going to catch a sped up Karma. Trey goes back for the shrine, gets some mana, gets some healing, and another 5 seconds to these minions collapse. Varus getting to get some of that poke done. Lots of saplings and things getting stuff done. Curtain Call goes down, but he's really just aiming for that try, but they realize it pretty quickly. Oh, Twisted Advance goes down onto Neapolitan. The long range. Brand managed to get the stun off into Neapolitan. Gets pop. Those are some blinking health bars, but Jade Archer has a full health bar, and he or she is where all of the damage is coming from. Without getting away to prioritize off onto that Mantrid Q down to Mr. Thug hurting. Mr. Thug just dodging the final spark. I want to say that was fancy footwork, but I think that he was just actually moving out of the way. Not sure where that light binding was going from Trey, but Karma Shields just dashing her out of the way, making her not take damage there. They're going to set off that. That's a very clever trap from Jin. I don't hate that. I think they know, and they're just waiting for the right time to set it off. Doesn't take damage from it. Jade Archer is going to go off here. As soon as that ult lands... Oh, the Brand ult is down. Twisted Advance comes in. Affleck Duck gets the execute onto Trey, but Jade Archer is sinus surrounded now. We've got to expect that ultimate to come out soon. Neapolitan on absolutely shrinking health bars, and the double kill from Jade Archer. Oh my god. I actually just forgot to control the camera. Triple kill. That is a clean ace from the Jade Archer. Do not let Varus through to someone with the nickname Jade Archer. Come on. So you have to expect that this tower is going to go down, or at the very least lose most of its health. This is some clean Varus play. Just kind of, I really did think he was going to commit to taking down that tower, but it's probably worth it to try and hang back and get the execute. Again, executes in this game mode, not as easy to come by as you might think. You need to force them all the way off their tower, but they're going to play it safe, hang back a little bit, Deadly Flourish, locking down Neapolitan, but not really doing anything. These long-range Varus arrows just getting so much work done. These guys are not only not predicting it, they're like... Jade Archer is actually hitting them at max range. Like this is a very familiar Varus play. Jade is playing this with comfort, I think is the best way to explain it. And just a slight bit more prediction, and we're going to see these health bars start popping again. 2k gold, the difference now, heading in favor of my laptop. Neapolitan's Karma just eating up these saplings, effectively using the shields to make these trades pretty even. And nothing, when you have no ability to back, the importance of trading effectively is so much more. And oh, the CC is out. First Lux, then Karma. Final Spark is down, and the arrow comes through to pop it. Jade Archer again. Varus ultimate is down, and the next combo goes down. Trey getting the kill onto Jin, leaving a lone full health Brand to defend against the tower. Redemption is out. A little bit of healing. Level up. They have managed to hold off the siege for a little while, but at what cost? Well, 2 lives, basically. 2 lives and 600 damage. But Karma is in. She's heading off to the side. And, oh, a little bit of... The minions there getting some work done. Just finishing the job for it. There's so much poke and CC out of this. As soon as that Lux Light Binding hits, Neapolitan's in there with the Karma Tether. Getting the second round of CC off, with Varus in there to do the rest of the damage at the end. Mantra Q's not doing a heap of work, but just pretty effective at zoning. Like, they don't want to be near that. They know that Karma is scary, but they don't really... They're being cautious around her. And what they need to be doing is trying to actually play up a little bit closer so they can get some view onto this Varus. They can know... The thing, it's quite counterintuitive to play against a good Varus, because you actually need to move closer. You need vision of when that arrow is coming, because you know exactly how long the arrow can charge for. So as time goes on, you become more and more sure that it's coming, and you get increasingly able to react. Curtain Call is down. Neapolitan just kind of shrugs that off, does nothing, because there is no missing health. Tethers down onto Caped Baldy, but Karma Shield's doing its work. The return trade not particularly effective. Sapling going deep, actually managed, but Deadly Flourish hitting the secondary target. So many abilities coming through. Team really just having to pull back. They are hemorrhaging health. Very low health bars from Half-Black Duck, Kate Baldy, and Mr. Thug here. You have to expect that this next, whatever happens in this next, oh, the long-range light binding, there's going to be the stacking ultimates, and Brand is down. Brand's ultimate is down. Redemption going to just almost, well, oh, and there it goes. Oh, she is deep. Trey is getting some work done. She is going to go down to inside of that tower, but I've got to respect that. That's well played. Mr. Thug got to... Not going to have his ultimate up for a while. Those Jin auto attacks and crits are going to really start hurting. I mean, that fourth, even with a 25% reduced... Oh, see, there you go. 466. That's just a regular crit. So he is going to do a lot of damage. The chance that he can just straight up execute you in a single rotation of spells is quite high. So Archer is going to have to be careful, perhaps less so. Yeah, okay, that Shrine really just brings back all the health that he needs to be able to keep this going. But honestly, like, it's looking bad for our low elo friends. They will probably be going home after this. And it's really just all starts with this binding. Binding into Karma Tether, into Varus combo. That's how it goes. Oh, just not quite enough damage, but that is exactly the combo. And this is the combo that has worked for them every single time. Not enough health missing for this Curtain Call to really get much done. They can pretty much... Oh, that last shot doing some damage, but... Oh, Maokai ultimate is down, but Light Binding manages to keep him locked up. Twisted advance forward. Kate Baldy pops the ultimate. Does... Oh, this Jade Archer hurts so much. Trey's Lux hurts so much. And Mr. Thug retreats to a bush, which is all he can do is to just hide and accept his inevitable end. rather unfortunate. It is now, score is now 18-6. He gets hit by the, oh, and there it, oofed. That's all I can say, oof. This Lux is a god. Sadly, no Mastery 6 or 7 for Trey. That's... You've got to expect that the inhibitor is going to go down. I mean, that's got to be game. So the fact is, if you can't dodge that light binding at max range, there's two incredibly long-range skill shots that are going off here. It's this light binding and Varus's Q. And as long as those things exist, like with a little bit of Karma poke and Karma speed up to be able to get them into position, there's just nothing they can do. It is now 19 kills to 6, 4.7k gold the difference. Only a matter of time until this inhibitor goes down. At this point, if you are my laptop, you are just playing with your food. Oh, the long-range binding goes down, but we don't see the full combo. Caped Baldy actually tanky enough to kind of shrug some of that off now, but they're into a proper engage. No, another light binding. This Lux is a god. Well played. A couple more auto and another one! That is 6 light bindings in a row, and then Varus comes in with the damage. The ultimate goes down, and they're done. The curtain call goes up, but there's not enough health missing. There comes the Neapolitan BM of just standing still and accepting your curtain. Mr. Thug, let's just... Oh.
Shut down.
Just to recap, that is a 7-kill Lux. That is 7-10. That is a 7-1 KDA. No, it is an 8.5 to 1 KDA. Jesus. Alright. You calm down, Lux. No one asked you. Oh, wow. Alright, so Heme Team trying their best to try and push these minion waves down. Mr. Thug holding on to the last shot of his crit. And wow, Try missing a rare light binding. Caped Baldy throwing the ultimate down just in case. He really believed that that was going to be a pick, but didn't quite make it there. Still holding on to it. I mean, we are at a stage now where Lux has execute potential instant on 2 of the 3 members, and 1 full combo from my laptop will be... This is a great name. I don't know why I thought this was a stupid name. It's actually amazing. Honestly, the prediction that is going on from this tray is actually wonderful. Oh, just outside max range. Just absolutely shredding the wave clear here. Between Karma, Varus, and Lux, there is no way that Heme Team can keep... Why? There's just no need for that. The ultimate's down from Caped Baldy, but he can't get close. Oh, the Twisted Advance down onto Neapolitan. The Varus ultimate is down. It's locking up. It's Chains of Corruption spreading out to her, but Neapolitan goes down. Mr. Thug taking a lot of damage. Jade Archer procking the blood. Corruption stacks. Aphrodite, they're pinging mercilessly. Blue team double kill for the Jade Archer. Oh, Aflac Duck has absolutely no health. It did cost them Neapolitan's life, but Jade Archer was free to get all of the work done. And there is the ace. This has got to be tower. They're going to have to tank this. There's 1 tower done. This next wave of super minions coming in. And the Lux ult to actually clear those out. They should be able to get a fair amount of damage down onto this tower. But honestly, good use of it. They're going to pull back now. See if they can try and get some shrines. But those shrines are a long way back. That's a fair bit of a mission, but totally worth it since they've got quite a long way for these minions to push. Jin's crits are really starting to hurt. Mr. Thug, 926. So items really starting to get up there. But just pushing the minions, so just fighting out for the waves. As always, a wave control game, just trying to get into a position that they can fight. looks like Cape Baldy has picked himself up a Banshee's Veil to shrug off that first spell, which he does, but Curtain Call is down, but it's not going to do anything because there's no health missing. Cape Baldy pops the ultimate, but he gets locked up in many different ways. Flashes. He's not in range for the Crystal Advance, but then he finally is. Twist the Deadly Flourish hitting Neapolitan, but the ultimate is out from Try. So much AP damage. Mr. Thug gets the kill, but Aflac Duck actually stepping around the Light Binding. Probably the first one that he has actually dodged this entire time. Good to see that he is adapting, but it may be too late. There's minions hard up against that final Nexus Tower. Can they hold off for one more round? 16 more seconds left on Neapolitan. It flashes in, gets the root, but manages to... They trade 1 for 1, and that's got to be a good trade. Brand's got the ultimate down. He's used his whole rotation, and they both take each other out. That is a complete dull, unofficial ace. No, it is an ace for a second or so. They have survived long enough to get that inhibitor respawn. Varus picks himself up. Jade Archer picks up a Yomu's Ghost Blade. Brand picking himself up the Abyssal Scepter, just trying to survive that ultimate from Trey and try and shrug off some of the poke from Neapolitan's Karma. Cape Baldy just wanting to defend that shrine and try and push the wave further a bit forward. He's going fairly full tank. Banshee's Veil, Sunfire Cape. He's going to take it to get his mana back. Fair enough. They're not going to try and defend that at all. Just going to try and wave clear this, but honestly, they don't really have the means with which to do that. Brand just pushing out those spells, trying to make the best use of his mana as possible. Neapolitan just chilling to the front line. Life is going weird when you have a non-tank Karma as your front line. Honestly, Karma as your front line is just kind of weird anyway, but oofed. This is why Deep Vision matters. That Varus Q just comes from, I need you to stop that. I need you to stop that. It's not working. Please stop doing it. But there's fighting again. Aflac Duck, his Q's managed, his Cape Baldy is managing to get quite tanky now, but these max range arrows are doing a lot of work and damage. Mr. Thug goes back in to try and defend the shrine, but can't get there. Gets the Karma, and that's going to be the ace. Twisted Advance comes in, but it is not enough to actually get the damage down. That is an ace. That's going to be the inhib. That's going to be the final Nexus Tower, and that's going to be the game. Well played to my laptop. Hilarious name. They're going to tank the tower for a little bit until that last wave of minions get there. Jade Archer doing so much damage. Definitely going to set us up for a very interesting high-low last game. Optizerg is the best! Don't end WTF. Oh, good stuff, my mans. That is the final. That is the last of our semi-finals with my laptop and autism going through. My laptop and autism going through to the finals. God, I love these team names. Quite amazing. So we're going to have our two high-low teams in the grand final. Let's just bring those brackets up for you all right now. Nice little Razer transition. Hi, OptiZerg. So Autismos and my laptop. So we've definitely got two teams here that actually understand, I don't want to say understand the tournament meta, but they understand how to play a 3v3 on Howling Abyss. It's something that is that does take a little bit more work. Let's just go back there. Something that does take a little bit more work than a regular game that you might be used to. And it's something that it doesn't just come naturally. It's traditionally not something that you just kind of, you want to hope, you want to think that you would just understand it inherently, but the reality is that until you kind of see it working and in practice, it doesn't really sink in. So good to see these other teams that really do kind of understand League at its core and they've done some practice. Done some practice games, which is important. Just one of those things like with the new 10-ban system, until you do some practice 10-ban drafts, you don't really, like, you think you got it, but there are so many hidden tactics that that show up. Oh, let's just get that lobby sitting in there. All right, so just to recap there. Okay, so it looks like my laptop team actually not that high elo after all. Silver 2, Silver 4, and Gold 4. That is fine. Going to be interesting to see where we get in this one. Oops, I've left my thing up there. All right. So, we're getting both of our teams loaded in there. Once again, we have our high elo team in Trinity Crush, Coyote Springs, and Edit. Autismos, finally said that team name right, versus our Silver 4, Silver 2, and Gold 1, Jade Archer. Jade Archer obviously looking quite strong there. And I'm not sure if Autismos were actually watching that game, because if they were, and they put together what Jade Archer actually means, like that's a Varus one trick. You have to ban Varus. You have to. Like, obviously the Lux Karma Varus worked quite well there, but here we are. We're looking at this third ban. They want to just completely ban out that team comp. Malphite Yasuo on Rise, Wrath Legacy, and will be stunned if this is not Varus. So, but they have a choice now. Do they ban the Varus that they know that Jade Archer can play, and by all rights should be quite sure that it is a one trick, or do you pick the more meta band? Do you go for the Syndra? There you go. Right on schedule. There goes the Syndra. So they have made the choice to give up that power pick, to take the power pick off the board and leave Jade Archer with their one trick, than to let someone. Because, look, to be fair, like, Syndra makes anyone look like Jade Archer on Varus. You hit your buttons and then you win. It's disgusting. So, good. Look, that's a reasonable choice. I mean, that said, like, never underestimate how badly some one tricks can play when they're off their main. But yeah, we'll see what actually happens. So we've got a first big brand coming out from Trey. We're going to see if this brand can actually be effective, because honestly, brand not seen a lot of success so far. It's the kind of thing where it seems like it should make sense. But Autismo's going for the team comp that they know works. Looking at the Malphite Yasuo Rise, I almost have to wonder whether or not my laptop were confused about which team Autismos were, which is fair because of reasons. But yeah, Jhin, Alistar. Oh please, Azir. What are we going for in our draft? So with my laptop locked in with a brand. Okay, brand Braum Caitlyn. Fair enough. Versus a let's see. Okay, where are they going with this? So with the Jhin Alistar, come on, where's that line? Annie, going old school. A ghost Annie. All right, we're gonna get some like chase down flash timbers. That's awesome. Okay. There's really nothing to be said about this except for like Braum ? I mean, again, I guess Unbreakable is going to be kind of good for stopping those Jhin ultimates, but again, it's... yeah. The one thing I will say about this is that the Caitlyn has been surprisingly underutilized. The Caitlyn, obviously, the longest range of any marksman. Traps are completely OP at the moment, just because the marksman class is so underwhelmingly underpowered that anything that you can do to self-peel and increase your damage is going to get heaps of work done. So, there we go. All right, we've got these guys loaded in, so we're going to head into a quick 3-minute break while that loads, and we will see you back here shortly. All right, so we are getting into this game loading. Good times. This has been a pretty good... So, we have Trey on this Cryocore brand, one of the better brand skins. We have not connect... Okay, they've actually loaded in quite quickly there. So, let's just quickly check their starting items. Item controls. And
Not so fast.
just a bit of sneaky. Bit of sneaky in the bush, a little bit of cheese, but the deadly flourish. Catching out Jade Archer. Ooh. Snowball just going slightly wide. Oof. Oh, the BM from Enit and Trinity Crush. Honestly, Enit, like, don't show people that you're Mastery 5. All the Mastery 5 says is that you've been doing something bad so long that you couldn't get 2 measly S-minuses. That's what that says. That is not something to be proud of. Positioning from my laptop, honestly just not good here. Wow, alright. We are going to have to... Alright, that's something that's happening.
Strike like that.
Alright, someone needs to deal with that. Like that. That works. Thank you, Wrath, for that. That's actually awful. Thank you for being a terrible human being. Alright! So, now that we're actually able to pay attention to the game because we're not spewing racist stuff into the chat, finally got some decent positioning from my laptop. Just looking at what the actual engage trigger is for both of these teams. Obviously, you've got Alistar with his Snowball, Flash, Pulverize, Headbutt. There's so many ways for him to get in here. Meanwhile, Brand and Caitlyn can make a pick with a mistake. I mean, you're really looking at a mistake from Autismos. Although I think exactly. The second that you underestimate that Caitlyn trap headshot damage, you're going to have a bad time. A lot of sustain there through Alistar's passive now that his heal has been moved to that. But Enit managing to get some damage down. Oh, good timing on that Neapolitan. Dashing to his ally, actually managing to give these higher elo folks a good run for their money. Their health bars are actually being traded quite well. You really have to be looking at this going, well, can these like silvers and golds take this out? That's the other trigger that comes out there is the the Braum managing to get there's so much poke coming out of this Caitlyn. This is actually really good play from Jade Archer. Jade Archer, a very good ADC. We saw that great Varus play before. Brand, and the damage is down onto Enit. That's got to be First Blood. First Blood goes to Braum. Neapolitan on this Braum, this silver Braum, managing to take down our Diamond 5 Enit. I assume they deserve that. Like, honestly, well played. You almost have to wonder whether or not my laptop intentionally kind of futzed their positioning in the early game. Oh, just not in range to set off that headshot because their positioning in the early game was so bad. He shouldn't have. Ace in the hole comes out from Jade Archer there. Honestly, a mistake. They should have just walked forward, gotten the headshot, and then popped the ace in the hole. There's so much low health. Honestly, you don't expect to see a team like this get poked out so heavily. But here we are. We've got just, again, the priority of Caitlyn. This is why Caitlyn is such a power pick early 2017. The Annie stun. The ultimate's down. The opponent gets another kill. They're going to get this. Annie flashes away. And it's just not able to get enough done. Brand's long range stun. This is going to be, just doesn't get the whole combo off, but the, flash tibbers, there we go, and gets 2, can't get the third. That is 2 kills all, but still a gold lead, 300 gold lead for my laptop. However, the waves where it is, this is rough. And this is where the higher elo stuff comes into play, because there's just slightly bit better decision making and just awareness where the danger well, Tibbers comes in and tanks a whole bunch of tower shots. That is a lot of tower shots. Stop that. Oh, Trinity Crash really losing a lot. They're coming for the all-in. They're diving the tower. Alistar is under there, but he can't get the work done. He's going to get stunned up, slightly out from under tower, but he actually manages to get a kill. Who would have thought damage would come out from that? Jade Archer getting some work done. He's going to just... Alright, fair enough. That's the thing that's happening. Oh, there we go. Jade Archer, the Mastery 7 Caitlyn. Well played. Look, honestly, that's impressive. Like, well done. Alright, so that small break and our voice comes, but we are back into it, and it taking a lot of damage. We are, just to recap, we are in the grand finals of our 3v3 ARAM tournament. Not exactly a weekly thing, but usually try and have these once a month at the most. We have a Plat 2, Plat 1, Diamond 5 team of Autismo. Alright. Of Autismo on the red side, Trinity Crush, Coyote Springs, and Ennet versus 2 silvers and a gold. Jade Archer, Neapolitan, and Tri on this brand. Caitlyn getting so much work done. Oh, and that is a good positive trade. They managed to get the stun off. Oh, just can't get the stun off onto that. The ace in the hole, not going to be enough to take down Trinity Crush. It pops the barrier, but can't get enough done. Still a good trade, 2 for 1. In the favor of our silver and gold challengers. My laptop. I love my laptop. Like, honestly, I'm so impressed with these guys. Like, whatever happens, even if they... Oh, yes! The Caitlyn. The good Caitlyn. Oh! They managed to do it. Outplayed. Trinity Crush goes in for the Jhin and comes out with his own death. Just, oh, incredible. Incredible play from this rookie team. This is their first entrance into the RazerZone Open. Annie has the proto belt, the dash belt, but it's not enough to get in and do any real damage. Still takes a negative trade with that Braum. Whew. Whew. Oofed. Things looking, honestly, things are looking good for our pals. I think this is very much an underdog situation that we've got here with my laptop, and it's but the snowball is in. Then Brand pops his whole combo, flashes away, but it's down on Annie, but she just survives somehow. Caitlyn getting so much work done. No one is focusing Jade Archer. She is just free to auto attack and do a lot of stuff. Now, she having that Mastery 7 on the Caitlyn, that's some skills that you expect. That's someone who understands their champion, which means they've gotten at least 5 S's. 3 S minuses and 2 S minuses and 3 S's. Like, honestly, all well and good. That's someone who can actually play it. And she's playing it very reactive. Like, all of her motions are, they're fluid. She understands champion quite well. But, oh, and there we go. That's why you pick the Braum. Curtain Call, getting very little done. Braum's unbreakable. Obviously slightly breakable, but the traps here, like one wrong step when you're trying to siege against this. Oh, the Flash Tibbers is down there, but the exhaust is down, gets a bit of a knock up. Coyote Springs, it's not going to be able to proc the passive. Don't hit R in the middle of a fight. Caitlyn has so little health. This is going to pop, and Trey's on a killing spree. Redemption is down for a little bit of healing. They managed to get it. Trey, still full health. This has got to be a clean ace. There's no way they can lose this. Blinking health bars. How did Trinity Crush and Ennett get out of that alive? They have got to die here. How are these low elo kids doing it? They're just executing these combos so much better. You cannot go to sleep on a superior team comp because they will just do this to you. One ability from this Try or Jade Archer is going to kill Trinity Crush or Ennett. There's just no way around that. And they've both got longer range. Oh! Oh, unlucky. Just slightly unaware of those ranges there. Brand, nothing but a fading outline on the ground. Back to the fight. That is still 2 very low health bars. Not a good time to be missing that, but the shrines were available. Jade Archer managed to go back and get some health. Oh! Very... How? Jesus. Okay, he's managed to get a shrine, so that's back up to... So that's 160 health on Ennett. Ennett is dead. There you go. Again, don't sleep on Caitlyn. Like, there's... And the thing I love from Ennett there is just he accepts his own death. He just stops moving, just hits that S, and just kind of goes, alright, I'm done. Oh, oh, oh. Trey. Oh, Trey is down. This is unlucky. The Braum very smartly managing to, but he flashes away. The kiting is real, but it's... he gets the stun off. 1 more shot. 2 more shots. Oh. There's the... Oh, Jade Archer does it again. Alistar incredibly tanky, but Coyote Springs is just... Oh, man. Fortunately, Ennett is back alive again. This is... But there goes the dash belt. The flash Tibbers stun. Oh, and that's... Oh, but the shrine is back up. It's still not going to be enough. Surely that's got to be the double kill there. Kill's going over to Alistar. It's obviously suboptimal, but 10-9, still a gold lead for my laptop. Honestly, well played. Like, that's just good. I'm not even mad. Coyote Springs, shred of health. He's got to... You've got to hope that he would try for the execute, but he's just going to get killed. Like, he's got to just get killed here. There you go. Gets the shrine. This is and his ghost is down. She's trying to go in for this dive. Is she going to get it? And Tibbers, not quite in range, but does manage to chase down the... I thought the ghost was a bit of a strange choice, but it's obviously worked out for Annie. 11-10, still 1 kill the difference. Fair enough. Trinity Crush kind of shrugs that one off, but still takes around 1/3 of his health. Dash belt's in. Doesn't manage to get a heap of work done. This Braum is very tanky, but it's down onto Ennett. This is going to be a dead Annie. This is going to be a dead Jin. Jin is dead. This Jade Archer is just great. Hex Drinker really getting some work done, and they don't take their first tower somehow. All right. Neapolitan gets shrugged back through. Finally, with her Runan's Hurricane going off, that is going to be the first tower for our silver and gold compatriots, my laptop. Taking it, 13 kills to 10 so far, really taking it to this high elo squad. All of your decision-making prowess is out the window, my friends. This is not Summoner's Rift, this is Howling Abyss. Strongest mechanics wins. And strongest calculations. I'm just going to play a bit of a kiting battle while these minions crash. They're going to be falling back. Waiting for, like, the thing that they're scared of now is that flash Tibbers. They know, they have to suspect that Tibbers is up. So they're just trying to kind of stay back enough that they really just can't be too grouped up. You want Braum to wear the brunt of that stun. Ooh, heal is out from the Caitlyn, but managed to save Neapolitan's life. Let's see how well these traps can work for the counter siege. That is all that she has got to work with now. Oh, I'm getting so nervous watching this. Oh, the dash belt. The Tibbers misses, but the Deadly Flourish managing to get locked up. Caitlyn's Jade Archer's Caitlyn doing some amazing kiting, and it gets nothing off the dash belt Tibbers. Oh, Winter's Bite still not finding a home. Neapolitan kind of holding a nice triangle formation. Honestly, this is... If they can hold this counter siege and get the next push off, but oh, unfortunately the team is not on the same page. Redemption is out. There it goes. There comes the shield, but unfortunately the team was not ready to move out. Brand gets his stun off. Jade Archer gets in, but she gets flash pulverized headbutts. Oh, that is the Brand combo that we've all been hoping for, but unfortunately, rest of the team just sorry, Jade Archer. That's just really unfortunate. You deserved better than this, my friend. And they're going all in on this Annie. That is a really tanky Annie. Redemption is down, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, and there goes the ace. There goes the last inhibitor turret. Caitlin will be back up shortly. This, our grand final, Autism versus my laptop. Sounds like a Reddit thread for some reason. Jin is really going in all in, trying to, but the Tibbers goes down. Final shot, managed to get Jade in. They do get the, it's not quite an ace, the unofficial ace. Caitlin back up. She doesn't have, she's got some lifesteal. It's going to be enough to heal kind of back up slowly. But there's a bunch of shrines that are sitting in here. So we're going to see how much it can really get done in the next 15 seconds. Not the most wave clear in the world, especially against these super minions, which have negative magic resistance. But it's all about this tower now. They really need to break this and get that down, because otherwise this is just going to push towards them. As long as they're out in the open, they can fight. But the second that they get pushed up, you know, there's so much tankiness and CC that simply being under your turret is not safety against this team. This Ennet's Annie. Ennet has shown repeatedly that he's just going to get Tibbers to tank that turret, and it's just going to chase you around there. You can be under there for 5 seconds easily. All right, that's just silly. That's not going to do anything. That's what your ultimate did. That's what your ultimate did. Don't do that. Guys, just a friendly reminder for all Jin players, don't use your ultimate unless you desperately need a slow or people have health missing. It does almost literally nothing if everyone has health bars and they're not moving backwards. So the siege begins. Like a lot of wave clear from this Annie. There's a lot of AP there. Braum is a little bit caught out of position though, but Coyote Spring's not able to get any work done on that. Still just on boots 1. The Swifty boots from Jin and Bloodthirster mean that he's going to have the sustain to deal through this pain if they can't actually manage to kill him. But we'll see what happens. Annie's just holding onto this stun, and that is a long range. That is a long range snowball, but Coyote does not reactivate. The shield goes down, but he's going to get headbutted back in towards the team. Ultimate goes down, but Caitlyn's... Ooh. But Tibbers is on top of her. The fight is going in 3 places at once. Can this Runan's Hurricane get the work done? Coyote Springs is down. They go down for nothing. Oh, that is a dead Coyote. That took a lot of work to get that Alistair down. But Trinity Crush is in a world of hurt. Okay, now, that is when you use it. And that is just as well when you... Okay, and he's coming out in it. And yeah, alright, there we go. You calm down. Alright, so Siege is pushing back the other way now. The super minions have actually crashed. We're going to... Oh, here comes the ghost out of Ennet. The Proto Belt. Brand flashes away. The Zonya's out of Annie. Manages to avoid, but that puts a trap down underneath her. She takes a lot. And, oh, there we go. That's going to be the ace. Jade Archer, again, 19 kills to 15. Gold lead, 1.8k. Oh my god. How is this person only... I'm going to say they're gold. Jade Archer has to be the gold one, right? Yep. This gold Caitlyn is getting work done. Pretty much just single-handedly carrying this team. That's Runan's Hurricane just making all the difference in these team fights. Critting for 1,000 in some of these shots. Thank you, Runance allowing the passive proc every third, the headshot passive proc every third shot. Really important. Offensive trapline now coming down. It's a very, I don't know, I think it's a conservative trapline. If I were trying to siege, I would be trying to catch them up a little further. Don't really know what that was supposed to achieve, considering the minions haven't crashed yet, but I don't know, that's a thing that's happening. We just have to live with it at this stage. Jade Archer, already level 18. Trinity Force, Runance Hurricane, Hex Drinker, a Random Longsword, and Berserker's Greaves. Versus Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, Mortal Reminder, Serrated Dirk, Swifty Boots. 168 CS on this Caitlyn. This is one very fed marksman. It's actually nice to see a marksman be powerful and relevant. Alright, blue team inhibitor is going to be back soon. They have sustained through the pain. They've sustained through the pain. They don't have much longer to hold. All they've got to do is hold off this push. This is where they have to defend. If this inhibitor gets retaken, they're in a world of hurt. The inhibitor's back. They have to fight now if they want to try and hold off this push and make a serious counter push. I don't know why Trey is so far back. They need to fight around this inhib. Oh, but they haven't managed to get the stun off onto someone. Annie, Protobelt, Flash, and Redemption is down. Trey manages to get the heal and the stun, but Trey escapes with his life. Neapolitan gets the ult down, but Caitlyn is getting work done. Jade Archer is shooting. They manage to, the headbutt is down, but the tower is doing work. Stun down, just out of tower range. Not going to take too much damage. Jade Archer putting down the DPS. Oh, one shot takes away probably a third of Trinity Crush's health. She's got that ace in the hole. No, not yet. But Trinity Crush, there it goes. Trinity Crush with that Bloodthirster is just able to heal up and sustain. So you've got to keep hitting. There's the dash belt and the flash. Oh, there is. That is the ace. And that is a low health. And he's going to surely execute sometime. That's probably going to be the game. This Braum not going to be able to defend on his own. 22 seconds left on Jade Archer. 17 seconds left on Trey. There's no possible way Neapolitan can defend this. And that is going to be the win for Autismo. But look, hats off to my laptop. There is no way anyone expected them to hold up that well or for that long against such a team of players that is so much higher elo than them. Congratulations to everyone who was in there. So let us just quickly get into a 3-minute break, and we can meet our winners. All right, guys, welcome back to the RazerZone Open. I am your host, Chopsky, as always, and I have with me here the winners, our first two-time winners, Autismo. Guys, so which of you is which?
I am Trinity Crush the Gin.
Yes.
Hi. I'm Trinity Crush, the Gin player, I guess.
Do you want to just move over a little bit, come into frame? There we go.
I'm in it. I was the Ryzen Annie.
I was the Alistair.
Nice. That was some solid play. So, guys, it obviously seems like you have a good understanding of what kind of team composition was really going to work for you. Did you expect so much good play coming out of such lower ranked players? I mean, that was like 2 silvers and a gold there. Like that, I feel like they gave you a good run for your money in that final.
Well, I feel like my Alistair kind of cheesed me. Wasn't really much of them being good players, but mine just being bad.
So it's exactly like solo queue then.
Yeah, basically. Let's go with that.
Sounds good. Well, guys, congratulations. That was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast. It's honestly just so much of a different feel from regular competitive League of Legends. Great to see it. So we've hooked you guys up with some Razer prize packs today. Headphone pouches, mouse mats, bottle openers. So that is tier 1 of our Razer prize. So then if you next time... tier 1 is the first repeat, so if you win again, you move up to tier 2. If you win again, you move up to tier 3, and these prizes just keep stacking. So, keep winning, and you'll basically have a prize rod of ages of Razer gear. And I don't know, I for one certainly look forward to seeing you guys back here again soon.
Thank you. Well, we'll try to be back.
Awesome. And just ban Alistair next time. That's fine. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I've been Chopsky. As always, this has been the RazerZone Open. Catch you next time.